If your goal is a serious, committed relationship or marriage or even remarriage, more likely than not, the person that you should be dating today at this particular moment is not still married. That includes someone who is separated from their spouse, going through a divorce, taking a break. If they are separated, but they are not divorced, they are not single. If you're new around here, I'm Merissa V. Grayson. You know that one lawyer friend that everybody needs in the group chat? That's me. So here I am, and hear me out. All of this is not to say that this person may not ultimately be the person that you end up dating and maybe even marrying or having a relationship with. But oftentimes they may need time to establish who they are, what they want, how they are going to live, what they're going to do moving forward. And they oftentimes have to pick up the pieces for themselves. They might be going through this transitional stage where they have to live with their mom or their siblings or a roommate or a friend. And I'm not knocking that, because realistically, that is something that may be necessary for someone who just went through a drastic change in their life and has to start all the way over. But you who is seeking partnership, how can someone truly give you the partnership that you want or that you need if they can't even yet hold themselves down? At least most of the way, right? They don't need to be rich or living lavish. And I'm not talking about just monetary or, that type of thing. What I'm speaking of is the entire divorce process, emotionally, physically, just getting things back in order. Y'all think divorces happen quickly, but the reality is divorces take a lot of time. And when you have committed to a marriage is supposed to be forever, right? And in reality, divorces don't happen quickly. Depending on the state that you are in or that your divorce is in, some states have a 1-year waiting period before you can even file for divorce. And some have, a waiting period where you can file for divorce, but there's a minimum of 6 months before your divorce can be final. Some states are longer, some states have a shorter time frame. Now, on the flip side, don't be so quick to be fooled either, because yes, divorces take time, but not that much time. People who say that they've been separated or going through a divorce for 5 or 6 or 7+ years, claiming that their divorce isn't final and it's the court's fault. And reality is they probably ain't been to court one time or but a few times, and they just haven't followed up with the steps that are necessary to finalize the process, which again speaks volumes to where they are in their life, maturity, financially, or as it relates to whether they actually want to be separated or divorced, because handling business should be an absolute priority before they try to date you or try to be in a serious relationship. But the bottom line is, if enough time hasn't passed for them to complete the divorce process and to work through their grief, because even people who say that they wanted the divorce still experience grief, to reestablish their connection with themselves and their own life and figure out how to move on fully, what you need them to be as a partner, even if they want to be, they probably will not have the capacity to be emotionally, practically, or legally. If, again, that's what you're looking for, a serious committed relationship that could potentially lead to marriage. Now, if you're looking for something else, carry on.